So the Virtual Boy showed up today. No, it's not 1995, it's 2026, and Nintendo has done some weird stuff in the past. This is probably one of the weirdest reveals we've had. The idea of the Virtual Boy coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And since it's out now in different regions, people have had a chance to check it out, and they are also realizing that you kind of need one of the two Virtual Boy accessories to even experience the whole thing, since it's not available in docked mode or in handheld play without this. So I figured while I was waiting for the Virtual Boy stuff to become available in my region, we would unbox the actual Virtual Boy replica that Nintendo released, again, since it just showed up. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. It has all the instructions here on how to set it up. So we have the head unit. The Switch 2 itself does have to go in, and then it looks like it snaps down, it also hinges up. We'll see how that does. Otherwise, though, it's a pretty plain red box, like all the way around. I do like the little plastic window here, just showing the Virtual Boy head unit. All right, plenty of cardboard to hug the unit completely. At least it's packaged well, not really rocking around or moving much. So we have the whole head unit here, just light as you'd expect, since all we really have are the two eyepieces here that do give off that red tint when you look through them. And on the back here, we have the stand. So the plastic on this, I will say, just picking it up, I mean, it feels pretty solid. It doesn't feel cheap necessarily. So we have all the focus tab, things that you really don't need right now, but of course just trying to replicate exactly what we had way back in the day. I never had a Virtual Boy, like owned one myself. We had them come into the store for repair, believe it or not, and then also just on trade-ins. So for a while there, we just had one, because even back then in the, say, 2011, 2012 and stuff, they were still somewhat expensive, but now they've just gotten out of hand in terms of how much they cost. So this, as funny as it sounds, even at $100 for the whole setup here and the NSO subscription, is probably going to be quite a bit cheaper than actually getting the legit original unit. We have a health and safety warning. Seems applicable here with the Virtual Boy and its history. And it looks like we have more of the stand. This looks like it attaches the legs, the mount, to the head unit itself. Well, while we're here, we may as well set this thing up. So we have the legs, which actually are pretty solid. Like that's just metal. So it's not just all like we have legit, you can see screws, and wow, that feels very solid. Awesome. Good. I think that was the concern for some people, is that it would feel kind of cheap and almost like junk. No, this is pretty serious stuff. So we have screws under here. It looks like it holds the mount in. We'll have to figure out how to, like, they have look at that. They have the controller plug in here, extension port. They have the volume wheel, the headphone jack. None of that does anything. They're just imprints in the plastic, you can see. But it is a nice attention to detail, just to keep that stuff there so it's as close to being one-to-one as possible. I thought it would have been funny if they came up with a way to reproduce the Virtual Boy controller and just go even that far with it, but didn't seem like that was necessarily in the cards for this release. I have my Switch 2 here. I figure we'll try to install it, see what the process exactly looks like. Let's see, on the back of the box here, shows this guy just opening. Oh, so it just clips open. It's on a hinge, and it can actually, if you move it all the way open, it clicks in there, so it doesn't, I guess, keep moving around. And then you would just take the Switch, drop it in just like that. Yeah, it's solid, it's in there, and then it closes right up. That's kind of it. So that's pretty easy to do. Although, wow, the Switch 2 is completely, okay, so down here it's not encased. And that makes sense because you would have your ventilation down here. So they don't want to completely smother the system so it can't get any kind of airflow. And while it is covered on the top, I feel like it's not like airtight seal or anything like that. Even has a bit of you can see up here a gap, or it looks like an imprint here, so that the Switch 2 has at least some room at the top, right where that vent is. The important thing would be to keep the intake so that it's uncovered, and it looks like they're doing that there. Otherwise, though, it closes well. It's not like moving around completely on the top. The Switch 2 seems to be in place and it's gripped pretty well. So with this, I'm gonna do it from the side here. It looks like it'll just sit down like that, click in. This will sit up like that. And yeah, that's it. It stands up. It's pretty sturdy. Of course, then the idea, you would hold your Joy-Cons in either hand or a Pro controller like this, and you'll just put your face up to the head mount, which is just a fabric with some foam in here, so it should be fairly comfortable. Like, you're not gonna push your head. I mean, they have plastics here where it looks like it's set up for your forehead, but you would probably make contact with the foam first. I wonder how that's gonna hold up over time. I turned the Switch on and then I looked through and it was not a good idea because it looks all messed up. Even, I mean, the lenses are angled. It's expecting, of course, the Virtual Boy setup, or I guess people are using it for some of the 3D games as well, and those seem to work too, except it'll just be a red tint. Now, Nintendo did say we can remove these lenses, and that would work with the update that they're going to push to the Virtual Boy NSO application later on in the year, and that allows you to just change the color from the typical red look that we were used to they showed green and blue and all kinds of other colors. So we'll have to wait for that update to, I guess, pull these lenses out and see how that holds up. Otherwise, the quality of this headset, just at first glance here and feel, it's pretty good. It's always going to be difficult to get the exact same feel of something like this because there are going to be internal parts that are not there, so it may feel a bit lighter or even actually a bit heavier when it has the Switch 2 in there. But I would say for the quality of the plastics and everything involved, for what it is kind of just a fun nostalgia-driven piece for NSO, it's kind of neat. I think Virtual Boy fans will get a kick out of it. I don't know if it's something that's going to be that exciting for people who did not have a lot of nostalgia for the Virtual Boy, but still, interesting enough, and I'm looking forward to trying this out when, I guess, it gets pushed in my region later on tonight, I think, for NSO, and see how some of these Virtual Boys do here. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.